We're going to be tracking the next front as it arrives, the severe weather that could come with it, and of course the strong winds, and of course an above warm Christmas. We'll talk about all of that coming up in your First Warning Weather.
You have less than 24 hours to finish up your holiday gift shopping. The city program that's helping Austin small businesses keep up the sales momentum after the holidays.
And a recent TSA screening revealed more than just clothes inside of a carry-on. A reminder about what not to pack, like the nearly 100 fireworks found inside a passenger's bag.
If you were scrambling to get last-minute holiday gifts today and found yourself shopping at local businesses, 70 cents out of every dollar goes back into our community. That's according to the City of Austin's Economic Development Department. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jennifer Sanders.
And I'm Daniel Marin. But when the stores are not as jam-packed as they are today, the City of Austin is doing some work behind the scenes to help keep those local businesses afloat. KXAN's Grace Reader breaks down how.
Several hours before Blue Suede on South 1st Street opened up Friday, it looked like this. A small business started by Cynthia McMillan and her best friend. The shop sells the pair's favorite things, wine and shoes. But we were out of here well before her daily holiday rush.
We've been hosting a lot of events in our lounge space, and we've been pretty busy with gift certificates and Christmas shopping. It's been a lot of fun.
The City of Austin has quite a few programs that support small businesses like this one. Perhaps even more important when the holiday hustle and bustle is done. That includes everything from coaching to funding help.
Providing the wages that are necessary, the workforce that is necessary, and the tools and programs that are necessary to make sure that our economy and our labor and our people are provided a quality of life that make complete communities across the City of Austin.
One of the most recent programs passed by Austin City Council just a few months ago, called the Place-Based Enhancement Program. That helps small businesses, in part, with affordable spaces to operate out of.
Currently still under development with an intended launch in March, and we are expected to do a series of workshops over the next few months, which is intended to inform the public of how this program is intended to roll out.
As for you, the shopper, while you may be done with holiday shopping now, folks like McMillan hope you'll keep small businesses in mind moving forward.
I think small businesses really represent the heart of Austin. We're getting a lot of influx of like the bigger companies coming in, and to keep the spirit of Austin, like the true spirit of Austin alive, I think shopping local is huge.
Grace Reader, KXAN News.
And just in case you're wondering, the City of Austin categorizes a small business as one that has 100 employees or fewer, and there are 30,000 of them in our city. Going in depth, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce counts more than 33 million small businesses across the country. They make up 99% of all businesses, and for the past 20 years, the Chamber has said small businesses account for roughly 40% of the United States' gross domestic output.
Southwest of Austin in Bee Cave, the city can see an influx of about 75,000 people come to town during the holiday season. By comparison, its population is around 9,000. The Hill Country Galleria accounts for a huge part of that crowd. So the Bee Cave Police Department provides proactive patrols to cover the mall to prevent things like retail theft and car burglaries, two of the most common calls they get during the holidays. These efforts include a bike patrol unit.
This is a great tool, being on the bike. It lets us interact with everybody from the businesses to citizens that are shopping or lost. I've ran into multiple people who just needed guidance on where to go.
And while the BK Police Department says it does have the flexibility to be proactive, the agency does still need to hire more officers. You can find information about open positions on KXAN.com. Going in depth on retail theft across the country, according to a Motorola survey, more than 1,000 retail workers, almost 50% of retail employees say they've experienced hostile customer interactions, and more than 20% say first responders are getting called to their stores at least once a week.
The Container Store has filed for bankruptcy. The Texas-based company is facing growing losses as it competes with other retailers like Target and Walmart. The company tried to turn things around, striking a deal last month with the owner of Bed Bath & Beyond, but that deal fell apart as the Container Store said it didn't think it could reach the financing requirements.
Federal security workers at LAX say they were shocked and concerned about what a security check revealed: 82 fireworks, 3 knives, 2 replica firearms, and 1 canister of pepper spray. That's what Transportation Security Administration officials Found in a woman's carry-on bag, and the TSA shared this photo on social media to remind people about what not to pack. That bag belonged to a woman who was headed to Philadelphia last week, and it wasn't immediately clear if she was arrested or barred from boarding her flight. The TSA, the bomb squad, also responded and took those fireworks. If you still need to travel to family or friends, the last-minute travel rush will continue tomorrow, and of the 100 million people traveling, the TSA forecasts 40 million will go by air.
Earlier today, Austin Bergstrom International told us that economy parking is down to reservations only. The blue garage is 80% full, and the red garage is more than half full. They're also asking people to arrive 2.5 hours before all domestic flights just to make sure you have enough time to make it through security. TSA nationwide has added at least 600 security agents at airports across the country. At Chicago O'Hare International, some travelers needed to navigate overweight bags as people pack those presents for loved ones.
I would say for me, it was the best travel day because I avoided a $250 baggage fee because my bag is overweight. But gracious of God, and also, you know what I'm saying, just a nice person that was working over here. He was like, hooked me up, and I appreciate him.
Well, we did arrive 3 hours early, so not that concerned about time. But I mean, definitely the bag. We were 10 pounds overweight, so we had to figure that out, which was a little difficult.
And just another reminder, don't wrap the gifts before you pack them. TSA may have to unwrap them in order to get them through security.
All right, a good reminder there. Okay, so everyone who's traveling, Freddie, how will they be impacted by this weather out of Central Texas?
Well, thankfully for today, nothing.
Okay.
Right? And tomorrow morning, everything should be okay. It's not till we get to the evening hours that we may start to run into some of those delays. By the way, Trail of Lights.
Yes.
Today was the last day. It's over, and I'm a little bummed by it. So this may be the last look you'll be able to get out of it, out of our Austonian camera, and I wanted to show it to you before they start turning off all the lights. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully you made your way on out there and enjoyed the lights while they were there. Current temperatures right now: 67 in Austin, 66 in Georgetown, 67 in Bastrop, San Marcos at around 64 degrees, Fredericksburg at 63, but we're already seeing some 50s. Mason, Llano, San Saba at about 57 degrees. The front still up in the panhandle of Texas, 43 in Amarillo and 48 in Lubbock, with everyone else in the 50s and 60s and even 70s as you get down towards Laredo. We've had cloud coverage throughout the day today. Started breaking apart as the day went on, but it looks like as of now we're starting to see clouds build up just a tad more again. Very few breaks in there. This is a live look at our West Shore Homes camera in central Austin. Over the next few days, though, 2 days of seeing some, one, severe weather possible out towards Tuesday evening, and then a decent amount of showers as we get out towards Thursday, but well above average temperatures. Coming up in just moments, we're going to discuss a bit more about the severe weather, specifically for tomorrow, how it'll affect you, and the timing of the front that should be arriving.
All right, Freddie, thank you. Panic tonight west of Houston with shots fired at Katy Mills Mall.
According to Katy police, it happened at one of the entrances. Initially, this call came in as a potential active shooter, prompting multiple law enforcement agencies to respond. Police later said 2 people fled the scene. It's not known why the suspect fired the shots and whether anyone was targeted. Former Congressman and one-time Attorney General nominee Matt Gaetz may have broken state laws on prostitution and statutory rape. Those are some of the findings from the House Ethics Committee. It released its report into accusations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use on the former congressman's part. The report also accuses Gaetz of paying women for sex, including a 17-year-old girl. Gaetz has denied the allegations, noting the Justice Department chose not to charge him. Could we soon see more self-driving cars on local roads? The city of Austin says Tesla is in talks with its autonomous vehicle task force.
And KXAN Sarah Alshay explains what we know about those discussions so far, as well as Austin's history with driverless cars.
Earlier this year, Tesla CEO Elon Musk unveiled plans to make autonomous robo-taxis called cybercabs. Now, confirmation from the city of Austin that Tesla reached out to its autonomous vehicle task force. The group offers training opportunities and information to AV companies interested in Austin. According to the Austin Transportation and Public Works Department, information provided to Tesla and other AV companies include things like maps of schools and school zones, zones, information about traffic control for special events, and information about city fire and police vehicles and procedures. Austin isn't a stranger to driverless cars, with different companies launching in the area over the years, but not without driving up some concerns.
KXAN has reported on some issues noticed by many of us around Austin of cars blocking streets as they stop frequently as part of their safety programming.
AV company Cruise suspended its operations in Austin last October to, quote, rebuild public trust after a series of mishaps. But just this month, GM announced it will pull the plug nationwide, saying they are leaving robo-taxis behind. Earlier this year, Waymo started testing fully autonomous vehicles in the city. This recent video captured the moment a scooter rider stumbled into traffic and the autonomous vehicle successfully swerved out of their way. Waymo officials said the technology is continually designing its vehicles to, quote, improve safety for all users and especially those outside of the vehicles. The state doesn't let Texas cities regulate AVs directly, but the city says it works with companies to offer knowledge on the local transportation network and help these vehicles operate more safely. Sarah Alsheh, KXAN News.
And KXAN reached out to Tesla to get more information on its plans. We'll, of course, let you know once we hear back. Digging deeper, since July 2023, the city of Austin collected data on 75 incidents involving autonomous vehicles. According to the city's dashboard, a majority are near misses, followed by blocking traffic.
The IRS is sending Americans a special payment of up to $1,400, but not everyone is getting it. The IRS says it's distributing the money to taxpayers who missed one of the COVID stimulus payments in 2021 or received less than the full amount. About 1 million taxpayers are getting this money either by mail or direct deposit.
A Round Rock house fire brought two families who never met each other together. That fire tore through parts of the Mendez's family home, and Round Rock native and professional baseball player Travis Sikora heard about their story through his dad. His father helped put that fire out. Today, the Washington Nationals prospect presented the family with gifts that included shoes and clothing, all thanks to a partnership with New Balance.
Fire department showed up and got to work, and we were just heartbroken watching our dreams go up in flames. This was our first home. The silver lining of all of this is the love and kindness that we've received from all of our family and friends, but also people that we've never even met, you know.
We're there on their worst day, the fire department's there on the worst day, and then Travis is coming out here on trying to help them get back on their feet.
As soon as they told me about their story with their house, I was super excited to be able to donate to them.
To be able to give him, you know, a really great Christmas despite everything that he lost. The fire was mainly in his room and he lost everything, and he's been so good about it.
And the family was able to save the ashes from their grandfather who passed away this past summer.
All right, let's go ahead and check in with Freddie one more time because it's looking like Christmas night, or Christmas Eve, I should say, could get a little bumpy.
Yeah, Santa's going to need a raincoat when he comes by, especially around midnight. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be expecting for Tuesday night. Severe risk. We're keeping that, or well, the Storm Prediction Center is keeping us in that general 1 category, which means that we do have the chance of seeing some severe weather, especially in the metro and out towards the eastern counties, and that goes all the way out towards Louisiana itself. The two things we're going to be watching for: hail, quarter-sized hail, still within the low category, but still there overall, and winds could see up to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts overall. That also in the low category. Tornadoes, doesn't look like that's going to be an issue whatsoever, but strong winds and, of course, plenty of thunderstorms as well. So let's take a look at this. We'll play this out over starting tonight and going into tomorrow. In fact, I'll stop the clock here at 6:30 a.m. Plenty of cloud coverage for pretty much everyone, but it won't be until the afternoon that we start to see some showers pick up ahead of that next front. The front comes in. You're already starting to see by 6:30 Georgetown to Round Rock down to Austin and Dripping Springs. We could start seeing some heavy showers and possible severe weather that picks up. We get to about 9:30. That has now moved down towards Bastrop, Lockhart, Giddings, and then we get out towards about midnight. LaGrange will be the last one on the list. Doesn't mean the Hill Country won't see anything. It just says, based off of these models, that looks like where a majority of that will start to pick up. So we'll monitor that, and we'll keep you updated not only here, but online as well at KXAN.com and on all our socials. By the time the front comes in and we're on Christmas Day itself, we're looking at partly cloudy skies out there. The amount of rainfall obviously depends on if you get a heavy shower in your area, but we could see up to an inch of rain, and not only through tomorrow, but all the way through Saturday, because we do have another chance of seeing a few showers as we get out towards Thursday. So Christmas Eve itself, around 76 degrees. And then by midnight, we're looking at temperatures at around 60. So a 40% chance of rain overall. Some of those showers could move into Christmas morning as well. Current temperatures right now, 63 in Fredericksburg, 58 for Mason, 57 in Llano, 67 in Austin and Bastrop, San Marcos at around 64 degrees. Still seeing some cloud coverage out there. In fact, more clouds have started rolling in. For Christmas Day itself, we're looking at temperatures at around 73, partly cloudy, and there's that 10% chance of seeing a few showers early in the morning that I mentioned earlier. But other than that, I don't expect any rainfall on Christmas Day itself. We won't get another chance of seeing some of those showers until we get to the day after Christmas. So let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. 76 degrees on Tuesday. The front comes in late in the evening. Our temperatures down to 55 on Christmas morning. By the time we get to the afternoon, 71 degrees. First day of Kwanzaa, we're looking at about 76 with a better chance of rain there. As we get out towards Friday, Saturday, Sunday, temperatures in the mid-70s. We see another weak front come through, and that should drive our temperatures down to 48 on Sunday morning.
This is KXAN Sports, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
Good evening, all. Happy Monday. No surprise here. Texas, a very good football team. Their offense is good, but they've ebbed and flowed a bit throughout the season. Defense has been stellar. Some hiccups Saturday against Clemson, but they seem to really step up when it matters most. Let's kind of break this down here. 4th and goal Saturday against Clemson. This is just one of many examples. Clemson down 2 scores at this point, halfway through the 4th quarter. 4th and goal. Watch in the middle. Big Bill Norton, as Clemson tries to get it in the end zone, stuffs the run. That effectively sealed the game for the Longhorns. That's not the only time a play like that has happened this year. A couple weeks before Texas versus Texas A&M, Longhorns up 10 in the 4th quarter. 4th and goal again from the edge. It's Ethan Burke, the Westlake product, with an emotional play. Texas, that did seal the victory for them. Look at defensive coordinator Johnny Anson running the whole sideline. And the Texas defenders talked about how they're able to come up big in these important moments.
In the huddle before, I'm telling the guys, this is what we work on. This is what we practice for. We call it red zone lockout. The team might be able to drive down the field, and we can't control where we are, but we're not letting anybody get in the paint. And that's the mentality that we have on this defense, especially on this defensive line. Shout out to Bill. It's hard for a running back to make a play when the offensive lineman is right in his face as soon as he get the ball. So shout out that guy for sure.
As a unit on defense, I say it's pride. I feel like we take pride in not letting guys score or, get in our paint. I know we do a good job of doing that. So in those situations, the only thing we preach is, to not let those guys in our paint. If we don't let nobody in our paint, I like our chance to win all the games that we play. So, that's just something we take pride in as a defense.
They have a chance to win another game. That's the Peach Bowl, New Year's Day in Atlanta at noon. So January 1st at 11 a.m., Texas Game Day, the official pregame show of Texas football, will get you prepared over on KBVO. About a ton is what Bevos have weighed over the years, according to my very baseline research. Well, the roughly 2,000-pound beloved Texas mascot is not going to make that about 900-mile trip to Atlanta for the Peach Bowl, just like he was not allowed to for the SEC championship game. Peach Bowl released a statement today saying, quote, with the constraints of the stadium and prioritizing the safety of Bevo, the players, all the network cameras, support staff, cheerleaders, and photographers, we unfortunately will not be able to have Bevo on the field, unquote. He will have to watch on TV. Hopefully he can watch Texas Game Day, as we said, at 11 a.m. on KBVO. Last high school football season, Vandergrift went undefeated, but they lost to Lake Travis in the first round. That feeling did not leave them heading into this season. They thought they had a special team, and they did, but this year turns out even more special. They won their first state title over the weekend. They were underdogs really all year with how much talent they lost, but clearly they retained a lot of talent as well. Drew Sanders has been the only coach in program history. Quite a moment for him this weekend. These 15 years for him, there's been doubters, but that makes Saturday even more sweet.
You know, when I came to Vandergrift in 2009, that's a long time ago, there was a lot of people that was like, are you sure there's even room for another school to be successful? I remember multiple comments like that. And that's kind of hard to believe now, but I promise you those were said to me. And I kind of took that to heart, and we just slowly but surely continued to build this program the right way.
They've been one of the most consistent programs in the area over the past decade, and now a state championship on their resume. More sports over on KXAN.